And it looks like that because it's a fucking Apple product. Why would you expect it to work without blowing up? You bought the wrong thing. Hello again. How are you all doing today? So here we're going to be fixing a MacBook. This is an A1398 with no power. Going to open up the ticket. The first thing we do, before we actually get started working on this MacBook, is kill its coronavirus. Die, Corona. Die. Die, Corona. Die. You know, this is going to be a really interesting experiment over the next couple of weeks. Because if you noticed, very few of the rioters were wearing masks. Many protesters were, but there were also many that were not. And they were screaming, and they were very close to each other. And the difference between having a conversation with someone and screaming in a protest is there's a lot more droplets when screaming. So how potent is coronavirus when everybody is not socially distancing, is not wearing a mask, and is not locked down? That is a social experiment that we are about, or a medical experiment perhaps, that we are about to see the results of over the next few weeks. Because remember, it takes about 2 weeks for these cases to go from being asymptomatic to symptomatic in people whose body doesn't beat it before showing symptoms. So I'm very curious to see what happens over the next 2 weeks. You made it to number 6 on the YouTube trending page. Can you show me a screenshot? Because I have never been YouTube trending, and I just don't believe it unless I see a proof. Sorry. All right, so speak. So let's see what's wrong with this MacBook. Now it says in the ticket, device will not turn on or charge, sent to Apple to replace the battery, and Apple discovered the logic board failed and needed replacement or repair. Let's take a look at what's going on inside of this. So we are going to... Oh, God. What the... How... What the fuck? How? There's no liquid damage. None. Everybody say hi to the world's best personal trainer in the chat, Marty, Dr. Evil Genius. If any of you have been putting on a coronavirus gut and you live in New York City, reach out to Mr. Dr. Evil Genius. If any of you have a surgeon that suggested a 5 to 6 figure surgery to fix what could have been fixed with some basic exercise, he is also worth a shout out. When I plug it in, I get nothing on my... I'm taking 6 milliamps. I'm not taking much. I wouldn't expect to take much because when you look at my board looks like this. This Apple product just smoked itself. Like this just straight up decided, you know, it's time for the barbecue. Where's the barbecue? I'm ready. I'm ready. What does this thing do? What is this for? Well, that's an excellent question. This board is an 820-00163, so I'm going to open up Paul Daniels' software and pray that it doesn't freeze, and use it to open the board view for this model board. 820-00163. Someone says, you do have a right to protect your property. No, I don't. I live in New York City. No, I don't. Okay, so let's take a look at what it is that was broken here, right? So what it is that has blown up appears to be this chip. U7090 is a chip that is used to power PP3V42_G3 hot. PP3V42_G3 hot is the power rail that is going to power the system management controller. In addition to powering the system management controller, it's also going to power the SMC. So if I click on PP3V42_G3 hot on the board, you'll see that it goes to the system management controller, and it also goes to something called the one-wire circuit down here. Now, what is the one-wire circuit? Well, that's an excellent question. The one-wire circuit is a circuit that's going to allow the charger to speak to the system management controller. So this is a MacBook. Remember, it's not like a normal computer where you just plug it in and there's power. This is complicated. It always has to be complicated. Like a German car, let's just over-engineer it so it fails in 2 to 4 years. So let's take a look over here. So we have this ridiculous setup of so adapter sense. So the adapter is not going to turn on and work properly. The computer is not going to work properly unless it gets to have a conversation with the charger. It's not like you can just immediately just plug in and blow your load. You need to you need to take her to dinner. You need to take her to a movie. You need to talk about your dreams in life. You need to talk about your goals, back and forth, conversation, and then you can plug your 18 volts into her. So over here, That's going to happen on the adapter sense line. So adapter sense is going to come from the charger. Now adapter sense needs to speak to the system management controller on this sys1 wire line right over here. However, there's a chance that you're going to send 18 volts instead of 3-volt data line to that sense line. Why? Because this is a magnetic charger. Everything's next to one another. So you have adapter sense, which is a 3-volt data line, but then you have this 18 to 20-volt power line up here. And as you can see, this charger has all of them right next to one another. So since they're all right next to one another, it's very easy if someone's drunk and going, I'm gonna try to plug my Macbook in. Because the liquor store is essential and staying open and getting everybody wasted, and they're just like, MacBook. That you're gonna plug your 18 volts into your 3-volt line. So the way that you prevent that from happening over here is you have this chip that sits between the adapter and the system management controller. So if it sees a 2.9 volt data line, this chip says, sure, go ahead, talk to the system management controller, have a good day. But if it sees 18 volts, it says, fuck you, you're not getting through. This chip that does that job is powered by this one. This one is powered by PP3V42. And PP3V42 is not working because it looks like this. Like this. And it looks like that because it's a fucking Apple product. Why would you expect it to work without blowing up? You bought the wrong thing. Anyway, so if we take a look at the machine when we plug it in, you'll see that we don't get a light in the charger. And the reason we don't get a light in the charger is because that PP3V42_G3 hot is missing. And the reason it's missing is, I don't know, blame Tim Cook. So what we're going to do here is take all that stuff off the board, replace it with stuff that's not burned, reassemble this, and then collect some essential customer money. Which I will feel 110% no guilty conscience in doing so, since for the last 7 years I've been telling you to buy a ThinkPad. No, I'm not going to buy a ThinkPad. I want to keep giving Lewis money. All right, I'll take your money. If you want to keep giving it to me, I'll keep taking it. I'll keep taking it. It'll just become more and more essential. But you just keep becoming more and more essential. More Macs you buy, the more essential I become. The more Macs you buy, the more essential I become. All right. Well, Your Honor, we need to postpone this trial until my client learns sign languages they cannot hear. Oh, man. Why are you wearing a mask? I am wearing a mask because at any moment my employees can walk in, and with my luck, I will sneeze or cough on them as soon as they walk in. And with my luck, I will have also gotten coronavirus on my way to the store. And wearing this piece of shit mask is a fairly simple way to slightly lower the chances that people get sick. Which is worth it to me. Speaking of giving Lewis money, have some PP3V42. Copaz, stop that. Keep your money. How much flux will you use today? An essential amount. This is an essential amount of flux right here. Lewis, the population of New York City loves you. Maybe that's why I haven't gotten looted yet. Man, if you go between 26th and 27th Street on 6th Avenue, it looks like a war zone. A lot of these businesses that don't have gates, I really don't understand it. It's very arrogant. I care so much about my appearance that I'm willing to completely give up any semblance of security in order to look slightly nicer. Oh well. Good luck with that strategy. When shit hits the fan, I wouldn't want to be responsible for that place. I may actually visit them in hand so I can stalk these protesters, says Kopass. They're not protesters, they're rioters. Be clear. Protesters are people that peacefully assemble, advocate for a particular cause, and seek to change the world to make it a better place, which is a good thing to do. Rioters are cunts. It's important to not conflate the two. Like if people just decided to toss pipe bombs into Apple stores and they wrote right to repair in the pipe bomb, I would not call that a right to repair advocate, you know? I wouldn't want my causes to be slandered in such a way. I wouldn't want my business to be slandered in such a way or to get murked in with other people who are doing things that are disgusting. So I'm not going to do that to the people who are protesting for these reasons and these causes. You need to be able to separate the people who are actually looking to try and make the world better with people who are making the world worse under the guise of we want to make the world better. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of well-meaning, good people out there that want to see the world become better, and they're working and marching and trying to do it, and trying to get there. The 0.1% that decided to destroy that little restaurant on the corner that was already out of business and already bankrupt, it's like, hey, fuck you. I just killed. I think I just killed him. I just murdered him. He's dead now. He's dead. Mubis Frenchie says, do you need armed security? I think that may be a waste. If people actually manage to get past my gate and everything else, then that means they probably have a forklift or a tank or 500 people, in which case the armed security is useless. And if they don't get past it, then they didn't get past it. Because I have thought about it. I have thought about hiring a security company, but every single time I've seen that a store or an office or a business hires private security, you know, unless you're a multimillionaire, you're getting the cops that couldn't really pass the tests anymore, that decided to retire early, that, you know, couldn't jump over 3 bricks on top of each other. It's like, that's not going to do anything here. That's not gonna. I think I'm pretty set unless someone gets a forklift. Because I saw that this one video where there was someone using a forklift to get in, and like, that's not going to... I don't think that's going to happen here. I don't think we're at that point yet. When I saw a forklift being used to break into stores, the only thing I could think at that point is I really wish Apple were the ones making the forklifts. Then I could count on it not working. Stop giving ideas, says Ari Tor. I don't know. I'd be kind of curious to see what Apple does makes as a forklift. These Logitech trackballs that I have really only last a few months before they stop working, and it's starting to annoy me. You see the rotten apple? Won over the shop in Norway. Yes, I did, and I don't care. I don't care for 2 reasons. Watch my video titled Why I Was Wrong About the Henrik Husby Case, then watch my video How Journalists Lose the Trust of Their Readers, and you should gain some good insight as to why I do not care about that case right now. Silly connection. I'm feeling pretty essential right now. Da 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 da. Cheers from COVID country, says Claudio. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah. Hello from Chile, keep up the good work for 1,000 claps. Alright, well, let's see what happens here. Does this thing turn on? Does this turn on? Do we have PP3V42_G3 hot? No, we don't. Okay, what the fuck happened? Super bullet. Input. 18 volts in. 18 volts into the PP3V42. 18 volts at the diode. 0.2 volts at output. Alright. Is the output shorted? Is output shorted? Is output shorted? Output's not shorted. Lewis forget to put a resistor there because he's a moron. Let's see, did Lewis forget to put a resistor there because he's a moron? Maybe. Probably I did. I probably did. So remember, this needs to be enabled, and the enable is going to be when you get more than 2 volts at this pin. Shouldn't. Shouldn't does not stand for I shouldn't have opened a store location that was larger in New York City at the same time that a pandemic was striking along with riots. It stands for shutdown, as in less than 2 volts there, and it will shut down. So there is a resistor that I forgot to put there because I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass, and I forgot to put that resistor over there. That resistor needs to be there in order for it to turn on. And of course I didn't put the resistor there. I guess that's a good argument for no right to repair. You don't want people like Lewis who forgot to put the shouldn't resistor there working on your product. Now, do you? Do you? Do you? No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want those filthy independent repair people fucking up your things. Oh yeah, for Streamlabs they do. But I have 2 Streamlabs accounts, one for the main channel, one for the other one, live. So I have to check, sign in, sign out. It's a pain in the dick. I want to fix my board. I fix my board. All right. Soldered. Gotta make sure the people from England are happy that I pronounce their L. Solder. It on there. Plugging it right in. And there's an orange light. An amp is being taken and the fan is spinning. Yeah. That's it for today. And as always, remember, if you want to make sure that businesses like mine are not essential, are you one of those many thousands of people that messaged me, emailed me, or said something really nasty on a forum about the fact that I stayed open throughout this whole thing? One of the best things that you could do to ensure that my business is not essential is stop buying this crap. Buy a ThinkPad. Buying a ThinkPad is the quickest way to ensure that I am no longer essential. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.